The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
That's all you got.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Rivers on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Rivers hands this one to Mack. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Rolling to his right. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Hines. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Buccaneers will take over at the 20. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
No, 66.
He'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but it'll be 2nd down.
Chris Godwin brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
2-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Brady into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
1st and 10.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
13 yards, the tally on the return there. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 20.
From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And his pass incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 1st and goal at the 1. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from a yard out. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Rivers. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll run on 1st down. Hines. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
43-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jason Pierre-Paul able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that sack leaves Rivers and the Colts with a 3rd and long. play of the half. Rivers looking deep for Hilton. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe making a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl? Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Going deep this time for Miller. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, 55 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Buccaneers 14. Colts.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. You just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He's got it to Hilton. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
To number 13, T.Y. Hilton. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. From the gun, Rivers. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Second and 11 now. They'll go again to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin, 34 yards. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Colts nothing.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Play fake, Brissett. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. He's got Jack Doyle. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. 14 yards there on the pickup, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown.
To number 13.
T.Y. Hilton there to make the grab. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Point after here coming up. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Back now in Tampa, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And he'll throw right away. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, he'll let one go deep for Howard. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Brady. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout.
Tackled back at the
But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Play action. Now it's Brady. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On play action, now Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 15 yards on the play, first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Darius Leonard blew that play up. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Brady's pass there, complete to Gronkowski. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And to the surprise of exactly nobody that watched this game, it was the 40-something-year-old Tom Brady again that led the way.
And do you get the sense that if we're fortunate enough to be around, you might be saying, and to the surprise of no one, it was a 50-something-year-old Tom Brady who led his team to victory.
If he is still playing at 50, that's the greatest accomplishment in the history of sports.
I believe that if he decided to still play into his 50s, he would still be effective in the league. That's how good he is.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. And with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip. I'll be home before you even take off.
Lucky.